I did a bit of snooping around your comment section. I noticed something very interesting.
Go on.
I noticed some very familiar names. Some of those
Oh,
people who left a lot of the hate comments over like frequent videos, I recognize the names from my channel. Some of them
oh,
I didn't recognize, but every time I saw one of them, I copied their name into my like YouTube studio, and there
oh
was
yeah.
always at least a couple of hate comments from them on my channel.
Huh.
Not some people, have legitimate criticisms, but there are some people out there who I think just like being angry. It doesn't matter what
Yeah.
it's about. It can be about
Instigators.
it can be about your opinion on Linux. It can be about, I don't know, anime. It can be about literally anything. Some people out there just want to find some reason to not like you. It can be anything. Doesn't
Hmm.
matter.
Yeah, I had a really bad relationship with my community for a
Mm.
long time, and I've got as OpenEG has really helped me disconnect myself personally from people making comments and attacking my content.
Yeah.
And another thing is that like when I read comments, I read them as an American, speaking as an American. A lot of people they don't speak English as their primary language, and
Mm.
a lot of other countries are very blunt when they speak. Like that's
Mm.
just how they're not being mean; it's they're just saying it how it is. And when I read that through the lens of an American, it comes across as like that guy's a jackass. But
Mm.
in reality, they're just saying it how it is. They're not trying to be mean. So I remember I did a Debian video where I was like, here's how you install it or something. And somebody was like, you don't actually have to, like, there was something that I glossed over that I made it sound like you had to do, but you didn't have to do. And they were like, you don't actually have to do that. But like, I don't think that they were being rude. I think that they were just saying it, and I
Mm.
took it badly. So I try to be more open-minded in that regard. I mean, to be honest, a lot of times I read comments, but I try not to react or respond to them because I want them to just like kind of bounce off, and
Mm.
then I can walk away from the computer and let the criticism or perceived criticism just kind of go. So I've built a more healthy relationship with the community in that regard.
That's something I've definitely had to work on myself. Like, I okay, for context, there was a period of time where I got like, this was like 5 or 6 years ago, where I got like really into like political discussions on Twitter, and
Hmm.
I would sit there
That was
for
a
hours
bad
upon
move.
yeah, it's a terrible idea. Waste your life. Where I would sit there for like hours and hours of the day just arguing about nonsense. And as like there are occasions where that sort of comes back out with the channel where I will get into this long thread with someone, and it's something that I've definitely been trying to work on. Nowadays, what I mainly aim to do is if someone is trying to have like an actual discussion, like I did a video about Rust in the Linux kernel,
Hmm.
and the comments that I try to respond to now are where I can have some sort of useful discussion. Like one of the examples is someone said this isn't a great example of a, because the video I did was, this is a blog that's anti-Rust, this is a blog that's pro-Rust, and I present them
Hmm.
both in the video. And someone said, hey, this isn't a great example of an anti-Rust blog. So I was like, okay, what would be a better example? That person was, offering. I feel like they were trying to offer that feedback in a productive way, not saying, this is a terrible choice. Why did you use this? It was framed in a way that I think was helpful. And there are other comments like, um, I don't think Rust is going to be good for the kernel, and don't really expand upon it. And I kind of prompt
Hmm.
them for that expansion. But when it's those comments that are just trying to bring you down for the sake of bringing you down,
Hmm.
I think there is a, I think there is a, you can, how would I phrase this? If you don't connect yourself too much to the reply and you sort of just throw it out there just
Mhm.
for the sake of it, I think you can have some fun with it. But the issue you get there is once you respond to a comment that's like that, they know they've got your attention,
Mhm.
and that's when you can let yourself get dragged in, even if you're not trying to do so.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. My EG videos there's not a lot of throughput anymore, so the people that watch them presumably are people that are subscribed and engaged in what I'm doing. So,
Well, except that
this is
one
like,
dedicated person who leaves a hate comment on seemingly every video that I've noticed.
like, people can do that. I guess it's all good. It's all good anymore.